Hey, what's going on, everybody? So I thought I would hop online and do another follow-up video to talk about the jury selection in the R. Kelly trial. Now, nobody is actually talking about this, to my knowledge. If you know of someone who's already talking about this, please leave your questions and comments below. I would like to go and watch their videos to see how they're approaching this subject and to at least get a different perspective on this whole issue. But I believe the jury selection is basically going to be the core of the R. Kelly case. And there's several reasons I'm going to say that, right? But first, I'm going to just tell you up front, there's going to be some terms that I'm going to use in this video, which I'm not really going to go into detail about. But if you want to know what I'm talking about, if you want detailed information or a detailed explanation, you can check out the video series called Understanding the American Jury System, right? So I designed those videos or this whole delivery method so that there could be the R. Kelly commentary separate, and then there'd be basic jury information separate. And the reason for that is that some people come to my channels, they want to see content as it pertains to R. Kelly. And then some people just love coming to my channel and they don't really care that it's for R. Kelly. So I wanted to kind of separate the material and not way down the R. Kelly jury selection videos with the necessary information that's required to understand some of the things I'm going to talk about. But again, if you want to get a background and context on some of the terms I'm going to use, go and watch the other video series, Understanding the American Jury System. But the first thing that I believe, or one of the first things that I believe R. Kelly and Greenberg and the other lawyers for R. Kelly is going to have to deal with is the jury selection. Now, there's going to be a session called voir dire, and basically that's going to be a very critical point because R. Kelly, through Greenberg or his other lawyers, is going to have the opportunity to get rid of several jurors, right? We don't know who's been selected yet. There is a video series where I talk about how the process of selecting the jury is executed, right? And I also talk about it a little bit in this video series in one of the earlier videos. But there's going to be a selection process. And then from that selection process, there's going to be an opportunity in the voir dire section to actually eliminate some of these people who could potentially be judging R. Kelly. So at this stage, Greenberg or whatever lawyer R. Kelly has is going to really have to make gut-based decisions to figure out who they want to get rid of and who are they going to keep. For the most part, I don't believe they're going to get the opportunity to do detailed background checks on all these potential jurors. What I imagine happening, and I don't know if this is true, if you guys know if it's true, please leave your questions and comments below. But what I believe is going to happen is that R. Kelly and his lawyers is going to step into the courtroom and they're going to see their jurors, potential jurors, face to face for the first time. And the jurors, and the jurors are also going to be seeing R. Kelly and Greenberg face to face for the very first time. The jurors may have seen them on the media and public TV or whatever, but for the most part, this is going to be the first time that they look each other directly in the eyes. And again, I think that's going to be in the voir dire section. And that's going to be the first opportunity that they're going to have to get rid of some of the potential jurors. And there's also going to be a second opportunity to get rid of some of the potential jurors through what's known as a peremptory challenge, right? So again, I'm not really going to go into details as to what those are, but if you want details, you can actually go and look at the other video series that's going to just explain this entire process in great detail, right? So this, nonetheless, this is going to be the most important part of the trial. And as we go further into this video series, we're going to start looking at some of the possible techniques that could be used to get rid of some of the potential jurors. And I was able to locate a video series whereby, not video series, I'm sorry, I was able to locate a video whereby there's this one FBI agent who basically openly admits that, he avoids, or gets his point to get rid of black people, right? So these are going to be some of the things that Greenberg is going to be thinking about, R. Kelly should be thinking about. And I don't know off the top of my head how to read people. That's a skill that I've never had and I've never thought to develop, right? I mean, I play a little poker from time to time, but I think that the amount of times that I play poker doesn't really give me enough experience to just read people. So I think you're going to have to be able to look at a person and quickly make a decision. Yes, I want him. No, I don't want him. He's no good. Get rid of him. So that skill is basically going to come into play. There was actually a book that I was actually reading at one time, and I never finished the book. The book just never really grabbed me. I think it was called Blink, and it was based on the concept, the power of making quick decisions or something like that. I couldn't get into that book. I tried to read that book like 5 and 6 times and never really got into it. So I never finished it. I don't even think I got past the first 4 or 5 pages. So maybe I'm just born to be a simp or something like that. I don't know. But I would imagine you're going to have to be able to step into the courtroom, or you know what? Forget about the courtroom. You're going to have the skill that's going to allow you to look at a person and make a gut decision about that person. You're going to look at, in my mind, and I'm just using my imagination, and I specifically want to hear from you guys how you read a person, right? Because this for some is a life skill, but for others, they really don't care, right? And I think, people who have this skill, maybe these are the people who excel in life. I don't know. You guys tell me. But let me hear from you guys. How do you read a person? When you see, when you, let's say you step into a room and you see a person for the first time, maybe this person could be an adversary, maybe this person could be a potential lover or mate, right? You're going to basically size them up. And I think some of us, we do it naturally or intuitively and we don't realize that we're doing it. And in those situations, I think it's really a process of natural selection. But then I think there's other people who will look at how the person's dressed. What type of shoes does he have on? Does he have on expensive shoes, right? If a person is wearing shoes that cost $300 to $400, you could probably draw some basic conclusions about them. Either that person has really big feet and they have no choice but to buy shoes for $300 to $400, or that person has exquisite taste, they have a lot of money, and they have so much money that they can drop on $300 shoes and not even think twice about it, right? And of course, you're going to look at how well they're dressed. Are their clothes neatly pressed, neatly ironed, or whatever? Do they look sharp, right? Do they look like they have mental acuity, right? So an individual like that, and I'm just making this stuff as I go on, a person like that, I'm not sure that I would want a person like that, because a person like that would be paying attention to all the details. So I guess it would really depend on whether or not I thought that person would automatically be for R. Kelly if he didn't appear to be for R. Kelly and he looks like he's sharp, he's on the ball. That type of guy I wouldn't want on the jury. I would just use, probably I would try to find a for cause reason to get rid of him, right? And we're going to get into how they could potentially do this later, right? But in terms of for cause and the peremptory challenge, that information is already available in the video series Understanding the American Jury System. But essentially, you're looking at this guy, you can see that he's sharp, you can see that he's on the money. So the next thing you have to decide or make some type of gut decision is whether or not this is the type of guy that you believe would rule for R. Kelly. Now, maybe I should stop talking about this now because, like I said, there's another video that has to come out, and in that video, there's a prosecutor who's actually going to talk about how he avoids black people, right? He basically comes out and tell you he intentionally avoids black people, and that could be a racist thing. It could be a racist thing, but on the other hand, he'll explain from his perspective why he doesn't believe it's racism, right? So I'm just going to stop right here, right? I'm going to stop with that, but I'm just going to finish this video up just by saying that this jury selection, there's going to be a voir dire section, and in that section, there's an opportunity for R. Kelly to get rid of some of the jurors, and then there's another opportunity to get rid of even more jurors with the peremptory challenge, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. So leave your questions and comments below if you think that the jury selection process doesn't matter. I personally believe it matters because I think it's the core of the case. If you get a jury that doesn't like you, your case is over, right? And conversely, if you get a jury that likes you, then the case becomes a little bit easier. So yeah, leave your questions and comments below. Let me know how important you think the jury selection process is for the R. Kelly trial. And like I said, I'm holding a little bit back because I really want to get through some of the other material first before we go too deep into this. And I think what I'm going to do, and I'm not committing to this, is that I'm going to release the video of the federal agent. And then after that, I'm probably going to have another video that is going to talk about some additional tools, or maybe just reiterate the tools that the lawyers can use to remove jurors. And then after that, we'll get into talking about character types, if you will, right? So, and like I said, I'm not really good with character types. I know that, generally there are several different archetypes, individual. I think I took an acting class way back when, and they got into playing characters. And one of the things they use into playing characters are archetypes, right? So you have the trickster, you have the warrior, you have the sage or the priest, right? And you also have the leader, right? So there's different archetypes out there, and we'll get into those a little bit deeper. And I guess you have to be able to choose whether or not these archetypes are going to be for or against you, right, in your trial. If you were R. Kelly's lawyer, you'd have to decide whether or not that archetype would be for or against you, right? So, for example, if a person was of the archetype of a scholar, or let's say a priest or a sage, right, then that person is pretty much going to have the ability to sway other jury members, right? At least jury members who have some type of faith. It's possible that they could influence other jury members, especially if that person is, let's say, a Christian, right? Let's say that person is a Christian, and then you find out somehow, some way that the jury is majority Christian, right? And you have one guy who basically comes across as excuse me, you have one jury member who basically comes across as a priest, right? He's not actually a priest, but that's his archetype, right? He's very familiar with the Bible, and he has a strong concept of right or wrong. And, after questioning him, you find out he knows the Old Testament and the New Testament. And I'm not even sure if you'd be allowed to question him directly, but I'm just trying to lay the groundwork here. So let's say you find out that that guy knows the Bible like the back of his hand, and you find out by asking certain indirect questions, right? So that person would have the potential to sway the rest of the jury. So the only thing that you have to figure out at that point is whether or not that person is going to be for R. Kelly or against R. Kelly. So I'm going to end this video because I sense that maybe I'm putting too much into this. We'll see as the video series uh, develops. But let me know. Let me know what you guys think. Am I putting too much into this? Is my thought pattern kind of going in the wrong direction with this? Let me know. Leave your questions and comments below. And please like, share, and subscribe this video.